What's going on, boys and girls? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. Okay guys, on the free-to-play account, you guys can see my outfit's a little different. That's right. I cannot believe I got this done quicker on my free-to-play account than I did on my pay-to-win account. So I am now officially a Shadow Monarch. That's right. Continue with the tradition that I promised you guys of staying free-to-play as well as going only SRs. I actually got the level completed with way less power. So I did it with 44k total power with my team. So this is the team that I use, just so you guys are aware. Let me go manage my team. So this here was much lower. It was a 43. Since I got the Shadow Monarch level up, obviously they gave me, I believe, 50 more stats going from the Necromancer to Shadow Monarch. So we are now currently sitting at 45k with the ability to now summon Igris as part of the squad. And the Shadow Monarch is complete. Now, I do want to say, this stage is no joke, okay? I did get 3 stars on it, just so everyone is on the same page here as me. But it's really, really difficult. But it is absolutely doable as a stage. Now, I know a lot of people are stuck on this one, and just so you guys can see, it is definitely doable with lower power. Okay, so now again, I did it with 43k because of the extra Igris now, and the added bonus stats were kicking around at 51, so we're actually tied, but this was much lower in stats. So what you want to do, essentially, I just want to point out how I did it, is you want to do as many shadow steps as you possibly can, focusing on the bosses. Always start off with the Payneblade core skill, so the actual skill, and then instantly after that lands and you get your bleed, switch over to the Lustrous Dragon Sword and make sure you stick with that until the Kasaka Sword or the Kasaka Dagger is back up with its skill, and then you can recast that again and then do the Lustrous Sword one more time and continue with that process. Now, the skills that I used for Sung Jin Woo are as follows. I had myself the Commander's Touch at level 4, which I leveled up. You guys can see here, the Commander's Touch. Liberation is the one it's called because it does stack your attack, and every little bit counts here, guys. Okay, so make sure you have that. And then I also have Death Dance on. Now, there is no break, but I do like the maneuvering of Death Dance. It hits a couple of people at the same time because of the spins, so I find it to be very useful in this stage. Now, you could also use Full Moon here if you don't have Death Dance and focus on double slash as well, but I prefer Death Dance overall. Okay, so that's the setup there. Now, obviously, I had this move here, Shadow Tragedy. I now unlocked Truth Mutilate now as the other option because of the fact that we got the shadow move. So don't be discouraged, guys. It's absolutely doable. So again, I did this on my pay to win at 37, and I had like 56,000, 57,000 at the time. So being able to do it at level 34 was a pretty big accomplishment. Level 35 was a pretty big accomplishment. Now here's the stats that I set up, just so everyone's on the same page. Again, I messed this one up. The defense, it should have gone towards strength, but you guys can see here, this would have been 50 points less. Okay, so this would have been 139 or 129. I apologize, 50 points, 129, and this would be at 105. Okay, so that's what you're gonna aim at. So 129, 105. You guys can see the stats here. The precision is at 91%, where you want it at, and then the attack is 4,411. This would have been much lower, obviously, because the stats would have been 50 less. So keep that in mind. So put everything in strength and everything in agility. Now, when I hit level 45, I'm going to be switching to strength and precision. I'm going to be switching to agility and precision instead, and focus on a crit build rather than an attack build, because that's, to me personally, a better build overall for Sung Jin Woo. And not to mention that this sword here also increases attack, and I have the 30% critical hit damage on the actual A1, right? So this is going to benefit a lot from that. This might end up being one of my main weapons going forward. Remember, I'm not using any SSRs. As a matter of fact, I just did a draw and got this. I almost salvaged it again, almost, but I didn't salvage it this time around because of one reason and one reason only, because the armory needs it in order to boost up the actual power that I get, right? So I kind of regret now melting both grimoires. I wish I kind of kept one. That would have raised my power even further, but it is what it is. We're going to hold on to it, keep it at level 1, and you guys can see here from a hunter perspective, I'm still level 1 on Limb. I have not leveled him up at all. Let me move this for a second. So this is going to maintain the whole SSR status the entire way through. Okay, just so you guys are aware, I want to stick with this. I want to make sure that I can get as far as I can just using SRs to prove a point, the fact that it is possible to do well in this game without having to worry too much about SSRs, and SRs can take you as far as you need it to go. And so far, honestly, not gonna lie to you guys, I'm actually progressing faster in terms of my level on my free-to-play because of my knowledge, right? Knowing the mechanics, knowing understand how to play the game better, it's a huge difference. So right now we have unlocked instances. We're going to go ahead and do some instance farming because that's going to boost our power even further, allowing us to go even more into the harder difficulties. Now, one thing I do want to discuss as well too, okay, this is very important. For free-to-play players, there's something that a lot of people are not doing, and that is keeping up with their achievements. You want to go back and you want to 3-star as much as you possibly can, okay, for multiple reasons. Number one, of course, getting yourself more essence stones. Number two, getting yourself more draw tickets. But also keep in mind the actual achievement section here, right? This matters a lot, because what ends up happening every single time is the achievement rewards here will be granted to you based on how many achievements you've completed, right? So make sure you're going in and completing all your 3 stars. These are all based, guys, off of weekly calculations on your achievements. And what this is all based off of is your trophies. And where do you get trophies? Well, you get trophies for any time you complete game modes to 3 stars, right? Like you can see here, the trophies, these right here, all of these at 3 stars will give you more trophies. This also includes instances, right? So now here, sorry, let me go back. Encore missions, right? All these ones will all contribute to that. All of these instances here will contribute to it, the instance dungeons. So make sure, guys, anything you can 3-star, if you're powerful enough, excuse me, if you're powerful, oh my God, choked on something. If you're powerful enough now, go back and start doing that, because every week you're going to get this tally, and every week it's going to give you a plethora of gems, which you can use just by finishing it, right? So it's just gems on gems. So sorry, gems equals essence stones. So it's just more essence stones in your pocket for you guys to benefit and take advantage of these weekly rewards as they come in, right? Because right now on my pay to win, I think I'm at the 500 mark. On my free to play, I'm at 250. So I can definitely go back and at least hit the 300 mark at this point, or the 350 mark if I try hard enough going further, now that I've got the Shadow Monarch stage unlocked. Okay, so there you guys have it. I just want to show you guys this, the fact that it is doable at this stage. If you guys have any questions in terms of how I did it, like I mentioned, target the bosses first, Shadow Step, Kasaka Blade core skill first, going into your Lustrous Dragon core skill. Stick with the sword until your cooldowns are done for both. They finish almost at the same time, by the way. Go back into Kasaka Blade, bleed again, go back into your Lustrous Sword and continue doing that through and through. Do Death Dance, do Commander's Touch, but in between, you guys should have no problem finishing it off. I finished it with about 20 seconds to 30 seconds remaining, so it's definitely doable. The main thing, guys, is keep your ultimate available for the last part of the fight, which is when the boss pops up with the golem. Quick step, Shadow Step right into it. Break both of them, because remember, Shadow Step hits everyone around them as well. Defense down around them. It's just not just the one target, and then go right into your ultimate. Now, if you have Park like I do, cast Breeze first to do 20% more damage on your ultimate, and you guys should be able to shred those two apart quickly. The golem should almost be dead at that point, which you can take them out. Their defense buff is gone, and you can focus strictly on killing the Scholar. Okay, the Scholar is the mage, and you have to, and I'm being serious about this, guys, you have to learn the tactics and the maneuvers in order to Shadow Step through that and defense down at this kind of power to get that 60% minus defense and keep attacking nonstop until you kill him. Okay, shield doesn't matter. If you have Dong Su, great, use Dong Su. You can break the shield with one hit. You won't have to even deal with it. But if you don't have Dong Su, you're still okay. Just keep damaging. Same tactics applies. Kasaka daggers into the Lustrous Sword. Keep that bleed up. You'll shred it. No problem. All right, guys, this is Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it was insightful. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.